Hello everyone, this is Professor Capko, and we're going to do a video today on adding and subtracting with negative numbers. Yes, that's right, we're going to bring negative numbers into it and take a look at how that is done. I know that some of you sometimes fear negative numbers, but we're going to try and get rid of that fear right now. So let's take a look at how to handle these. Alright, so let's look at adding a negative number. So let's say you have a problem such as this one. So you've got 3 plus negative 5. 3 plus negative 5. All right, well, we're adding, that's what the plus is telling us, and we have a negative number, negative 5. This is our negative number. It also looks like we're adding and subtracting at the same time, and that may be a little confusing to you, so let's just think of it as we're adding a negative number. That's how I'd like you to think about this if you want to succeed with this. Whenever you add a negative number, that is the same as subtracting. So make yourself a note, make a note card, something so you remember that. Adding a negative number is the same as subtracting. So in this case, we can just ignore the plus, because what we're really doing here is we're subtracting. And I could get into the why, but I don't think that you want that right now. I could do a more extensive video down the road, but I would just want to give you a quick strategy for dealing with these. So I'm got a 3, and it's of course positive because there's nothing in front of it, and now I'm just subtracting 5 from it. And 3 minus 5 is 2. Because I had 3 of them, and I take away 5. Well, I only had 3 positives, so I have to go to the negative. So 3 minus 5 would be negative 2. Okay, so that's how you would handle one of those. So again, I'll go into the why in another video, but as for right now, that's the strategy if you are adding a negative number. Now let's look at another situation where we're subtracting a negative number. Let's say we've got 7 minus negative 2. Okay, so we got 7 minus negative 2. Well, again, I want you to think about this as a negative 2, and that then we're subtracting, right? We're subtracting a negative 2. That's kind of what we're doing here. We're subtracting a negative 2. When you are subtracting a negative, it's the same thing as adding. Subtracting a negative is the same thing as adding. So I always tell students one way to remember that is if you've got something like that, 7 minus negative 2, and you see the minus in the minus, just put a line like that through there to remind you that you're adding, because that's really what we're doing. And if you think about that, think of that in the English language. If you're subtracting a negative, that's like a double negative in the English language. So if I were to tell you to don't go, wait, let me think of the best way to put it. If I tell you to not don't go to class, or if I tell you to don't not go to class, don't not go to class is a double negative. What am I telling you? I'm telling you to go to class, because I'm telling you to don't go to class. So if I'm adding, if subtracting a negative is a positive, so then the answer to this one is 9. right? So that is how you subtract a negative. So I've shown you today how to add a negative and how to subtract a negative. So you should feel fairly confident now in dealing with adding and subtracting negatives. If you want more of these tips, go ahead and give me a like at the bottom and subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button and you'll be able to subscribe and see more of these helpful hints in math. If there's particular questions that you're having trouble with, go ahead and let me know. Until next time, keep your grade alive and subscribe.